easily grabbing this one. They won. This game goal.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number one option, the number two option, number three option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings and
It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. Looking at Boston, they took a win in their last game against the Pacers in Indiana. And guys, it could have gone either way. Nearly won that one by 2.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the start that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys... who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Gortat is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Porter at the small forward position. Well, looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
Here is Anderson following the basket by John Wall. They get it back. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Now the pass to Porter. Fires from deep. Can't get it to go. And the Celtics going the other way now. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Yeah, and these teams pretty familiar with one another. They'll face off 4 times this year.
And you know, Greg, both would love to get the upper hand early. This game to me is psychological as much as anything. I mean, a win here provides that edge you're looking for.
Anderson with the ball. Now Beal defending. Three-pointer. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Here's Wall. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here's Anderson. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, what a play right there. Got his man tumbling to the floor, and then the balance to knock it down.
Unbelievable move. Rush hour handles supreme right there.
And Washington has possession. Trailing by 2. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And guys, just look at the turnover stats in that game. You're not going to win giving it up as many times as they did.
Not unless you play an even tougher brand of defense on your end and force more turnovers for the other side. That's the only way you're going to get that thing squared away.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Clock at 6. Here's Anderson. Shot is off. Gortat with the defensive effort. Washington has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Beal kicks to Wall. Crowder pulls it in.
Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers.
Anderson's shot is off.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Morris outside. Wall dishes to Beal. Morris passes to Wall. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And getting back to Marcin Gortat, his dad was a successful light heavyweight boxer in Poland, so clearly you see where the toughness comes from. And Marcin's mom was on the Polish national team in volleyball, so you know where the blocking and ball skills come from. I guess we'd have to call him a chip off the old blocks. And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Rebounded by the Celtics.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Now here's Anderson. He's got 6. Trying to get back on track, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Anderson's got 8 points.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I caught up with Coach Randy Whitman. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
All right, Doris, thank you. Taking on a defense like the one they're facing today has certainly got their attention.
You know, you have to watch film on them for a few minutes to see how sturdy they are defensively.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, no surprise they spent the bulk of their preparations getting their offensive game plan in place and ready to roll.
The Celtics have gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. Pick by Zeller. There's the pick. Smart kicks to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Bradley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Sessions passes to Thornton, feeds to Sessions. Thornton against Bradley. Here's Hickson. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
Here's your Redco. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Smart dishes to Jerebko. And it's good off the back rim and in. Jerebko's got his first points of the night.
Kevin, that's beautiful. And with the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
Nene, the screen. There's the triple. And Thornton with the basket on the assist by Sessions.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg.
And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that... you think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think so. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. It is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Washington, we've got Ramon Sessions. Hickson is out there with Nene. Then there's Jared Dudley, and it's Thornton in at the 2 spot. Wizards making a switch here. Gortat's checked in for Hickson. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jared Dudley. Bradley Beal's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And it's John Wall in for Sessions. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
So it's Washington now. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Markieff Morris is checked in for Nene. Morris a screen. Wall against Thomas. Pass to Porter. The Wizards working the ball around now. Swiped it away. Thomas kicks to Anderson. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. They set the pick. Just 5 on the clock. The fader. And he didn't get quite enough. Under that one.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And here's Morris for 3. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Beal against Anderson. Banked in off the glass. Anderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Wall against Thomas. Wall's shot is off.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Zeller passes to Thomas. They set the pick. Now here's Crowder, covered by Morris. Anderson outside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. In fourth, the Celtics.
just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively. Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Shot's good.
Well, I tell you what, guys, Bradley Beal, a devastating long-range shooter. Effortless and smooth, textbook mechanics. When he gets in the rhythm from behind the arc, lights out, baby, lights out.
Kicks it to Bradley. From deep. Offensive rebound. Olynyk. Easy jumper from very short distance.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Over to the wing. There's Porter with the three. The rebound by Johnson. And the topic of Bradley Beal, he's not just prolific from deep, he's also improved his three-point accuracy every year. This year, he was about 41%, Greg, from beyond the arc.
And the thing about Bradley as well, as great as he is at shooting the triple, he's also got a refined game. He's an attacker of the rim. He's improved his ball handling and passing, really becoming a complete player.
Wall with the steal. .135 left in the first half. From 11 feet away. And again, Washington no good.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Thomas. And it's 9 points for Avery Bradley. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Porter outside. Shot to stop the run. That's good. Morris has got 5.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Crowder, and Smart subbed in for Thomas. Outside Bradley. Out to the right wing. From deep. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Wizards trail by 3.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Sessions dishes to Nene. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. Nene's got his first points in this one. Boston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Smart wide open, he fires. Great look, but off the mark. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now Thornton. Over in the corner, Dudley. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Dudley's got his first 2 points of the night.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Check out the game for Fresh. He's got 13 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Johnson is out there with Jay Crowder. Then it's Olynyk. Then it's Thomas. And it's Anderson in at the point. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Johnson the screen. 6 to shoot. Fades. Washington with the rebound. Gortat's got his third rebound on the night. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Anderson's shot is off.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Morris with the bucket.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
From about 16, that one's good, and the Washington lead is cut back down to 3 after the basket from Anderson.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Washington calls timeout.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Some changes for Boston. Zeller comes in for Kelly Olynyk, and it's Mickey in for Johnson. To the inside, and stolen by Zeller. Beal against Anderson. Picked by Zeller. Lets it go from deep, and he gets it to go. 18 points for Fresh.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Wall against Anderson, and Wall kicks to Morris. Offensive rebound. Gortat. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Wizards ball. Washington keeps possession. Celtics on D. Morris a screen. Wall wide open. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. And here's Anderson from the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Gortat with a screen on Anderson. Back to Wall. Just 5 to shoot. They need this. Rebound, Boston.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last 3, but it just wasn't in the cards. And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Beyond the arc. Here's Beal. They shoot again, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
The Wizards making a switch here. Nene's checked in. Anderson outside. Picked by Zeller. Wall against Anderson. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A shot by Crowder, no good.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Boston making some changes. Jerebko's checked in for Crowder. Bradley comes in for Thomas. And Smart subbed in for Anderson. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Porter. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Smart kicks to Bradley. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Hickson sets the screen for Sessions. Runner in the lane. Oh, that's blocked. There's a minute 47 left in the third quarter. That's good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Celtics?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Pass to Smart. A minute 20 left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Bradley. High post try. Hickson grabs the ball. Wizards trail by 7. And Thornton with the basket on the assist by Hickson. Thornton's got 5 points so far.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Smart with the ball. Picked by Zeller. Now here's Smart. Jerebko, the pass to Zeller. Here's Smart. And again, it's Boston converted.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Washington's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Dishes it to Nene. He kicks it to Sessions. Cranes it from beyond the arc. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Zeller. Johnson comes in, and it's Crowder in for Jerebko. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Wizards trail by 4. And here's Sessions. Hickson a screen. Sessions dishes to Thornton. Passes it to Hickson. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. And we welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Here's Wall. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. And it's Dudley in at the small forward. Time now for an injury report. And let's now get an update on Avery Bradley's injury. Doris, any news there?
Yes, guys, I was able to catch up with Boston's head athletic trainer. It doesn't seem like too drastic of an injury. A discouraging development for this team so early in the season. We'll see what kind of impact it has on them in the long term, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
6 to shoot. A 3 from Anderson. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Wall's shot is off.
Well, he's building the house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
Now Anderson. And there's the feed to Olynyk. It's Thomas outside. Wall grabs the board. Wall's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. To tie it up. Shot's good. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
Those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Anderson against Wall. Anderson outside. Jacks up a 3, and he gets it to go. Anderson's got 27.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Wizards trail by 3. Outside, Wall. Nene, the screen, and Wall kicks to Beal. Wizards passing it around. Nene setting the pick for Beal. 4 on the clock. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Ball against Anderson. Shoots the 3. Wall with some nice D.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
To the paint to take the lead. That's good from Porter on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 4 assists now tonight.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Here's Anderson, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but they also never seem to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Boston making a switch here. Bradley's checked in, and the Wizards making a change here as well. Morris is checked in. Outside, Wall. Charity stripe shot. Another one falls for Washington.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Anderson with the ball. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Beal pulls it in. Beal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And this has really been a well-played game up to this point. And you know what? I bet it stays that way until the end.
I certainly hope so. I mean, it's been a terrific contest, and there's nothing like a pair of teams just balling out the way they have been.
It's Wall with the drive. It's Bradley on the wing. He's covered by Beal. And here's Anderson from the arc. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. 32 points for Fresh.
And they've had him bottled up here in the fourth. Just 2 of 7 from the field.
You look at Fresh, what a contribution.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Washington calls timeout. They trail by 2. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. Here is Wall. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. And Boston with the rebound. Olynyk got 4 rebounds now tonight. Anderson with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Johnson the screen. Anderson outside. Fires the 3. Gortat with the rebound. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Got a piece of it. The dish to Porter. Here's Wall. They get it back.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. 40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson the screen. Anderson against Morris. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 5. Sinks it.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 26 seconds left in the fourth. And a new group in for the Celtics. And Wall kicks to Beal. Young with the steal. And an intentional foul right there. Wall with the steal.
Good defensive instincts on display there. The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And that makes it a 2-possession game now. Those could turn out to be vital free throws.
Out to Morris. There's the pass to Wall. Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by Anderson. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. So it's the Wizards now. Tries to hit him, but he gets it back. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but Clark, in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there